Dear friends, welcome to my video. In this video, I'll show you how to log call data such as call name, call duration, call phone number to which it is called, or call type from your Android phone. So let's begin. So we'll, as usual, create a very simple layout. I just want to focus on the main code. So call log app. You can name it anything, and yeah. So let's finish. Once your id is loaded, this kind of screen will come up, and this kind of coding you can also use as a part of your main code where you want to in the background just log the call data, and it's pretty simple. Before we do anything, very quickly I'll define the permissions which we'll need in manifest file. So of course we'll need permission to read call log data. So this is the permission we will need, and of course we'll define the respective permission in our uh, Java code also, so that we can do probably using activity compat request permission, and then new string manifest dot permission dot read call log, and then okay, permission granted. Yeah, so this line will be responsible to ask the user for the whether this app can read the call logs, and this manifest file definition will enable the app to have this permission. Okay, before I get into the further Java code, seeing very quickly, I'll just put one button which will log. I mean to start a logging. So I'll just say, you can say a start logging. You can name it anything. Again, I'll just repeat a start logging, or logging. It's okay. Sorry for the confusion. Okay, and then we'll put some constraints, and that's all I think. We will use this text view to display our output, so we'll leave it as it is. There are few warnings which it says hard coded text. Of course, just click finish. It will create a strings resource for this start logging in the resource folder in this values, and then this strings.xml file. Yeah, okay, I close this. I think layout I will just keep it, leave it as it is. It's straightforward. Now in Java code, before I do anything, I'll just create a probably a public void. Sorry for that, I don't need this. Public void and button call log view. So this will be my on click method of this particular button. So I'll just go back here, and in this on click attribute over here I just put this. So whenever this button is pressed or clicked, this particular method will be called. Yes. Now further to that, I'll just quickly create a text view to have the access to my this particular widget over here in the layout. So this text view, of course I think I should have given an ID. By default this doesn't has an ID, so I should give an ID. So any new widget you add from the palette, it will have an ID, but this is the first one which the ID creates, and that doesn't has an ID. Yeah, okay. I go back to the Java code, and here I think in the onCreate method itself, what I can do is I can just have the text view to so find view by ID r dot id dot text view. Yeah. So now this my local variable in the Java gets associated with the widget in the XML layout. Right. Okay. Perfect. Now we will start our main method over here. Here first of all what we'll do is we'll probably set something in our text view, say for example call logging started. Just this can be a kind of like a indicator, and then apart from that we will have a probably a local variable to store my output, so string output. So this will be using to frame our complete string or text. Then I'll need a ud to get the, say for example log. So ud call logs, and here what we'll need is a kind of like parser parse, and this will be nothing but content. So everything in this Android gets saved in this with different names, of course over here. I think by mistake I just give that, and then call log slash calls. Perfect. here I think I forgot to end this inverted comma. No, it looks good, and I think everything looks good. Now we can, what we can do is we can start with our cursor. So we can have a cursor which will get the cursor call logs, and this will be nothing but get content resolver dot query, and in the first argument we need to pass a UD. So we already have created our UD, and then the other arguments is nullable, so we'll just probably put null to keep it simple. Of course, if you want to explore the other options, we can create it, and I think that's it is what I feel. To anything, we will have to first move this cursor to the first, because this line number 33, it will scan everything from the content, and then cursor will be pointing to the last one, and then I think we can start. So we can have probably a kind of do while, and where in the while we'll make sure that this cursor keeps on doing until this move to next is valid. And inside this do while, what we'll do is we will one by one read the different parameters which we want to print or we want to access from the call logs. So say for example, we'll create some of the local variables here, string num. So this will have a number, so this we can get from cursor call logs get string, and then we can probably find the index. We have to give the column index, so either you can remember, or the better approach is, because we can use the get column index, and then we can use the column name. So over here for that, what we can use is call log dot calls dot number. Yes, so this will automatically take care. Okay, so similarly what we can do is, apart from number, probably we'll like to have name, duration, and type. So I'll have 4 variables, but you can explore more. There are lots of options. What you can do is you can debug and then find the names which is stored in this variable cursor. So what you can do is you can just have get column names. So you can use this option get column names to get the list of the columns which you can access, and then you can access whatever is interested. In this video I'm just showing name, number, and probably I'll just show you apart from number what else, duration I can show you, and the type of the call, whether it's incoming, outgoing, successful, failure, and all those things. Okay, so here for name, what we will have to do is more or less things will remain same. The only things which will change is the last one, and here we will have this call log dot calls dot, I think cached name should return the name which is there. For duration, again we can use this, and we can use the calls dot duration. Yes, and for this call type, I think there should be an argument called type here. Yes, perfect. So now we have local variables here for each type, and then we can use this to form our complete output string, which is nothing but string. No, sorry for that, output. And this will be nothing but, since we will be adding the things in the previous one, so what we'll do is we'll probably add, and the first argument is number. You can use, by the way, you got your output here, and now you can use it wherever you want to use it. But what I will show is I'll just quickly form a output string and then display it in this text view or in this video. So this will be nothing but plus string number, perfect, then plus, probably I should do a new line not to mix up, and then what the second argument will be name, and plus this will be string name here. Okay, and then plus probably again new line, and this time it will duration. So duration will be string duration, and what else, string type. So I'll just put type, call type. You can yeah, you can put any text, of course, I need not to say that. And this is a string type, and I think more or less we are done. What we can probably do is at the end we can have some extra or double line, so that it can differentiate between two sets of things. I think by mistake I have given here plus, and that's it is what I think. Finally, what we'll do is we'll just set this string output whatever we have got over above as my final string or final text view. I think more or less we are good to go here. Let's test it. Let me test it in the emulator. I'm starting my emulator in parallel, so I'll wait. So my emulator has come up and it's asking for me to grant permission for call log for this particular app. Of course, allow it. If you don't, it won't work out. And then this is our button. So let's see. So let's see what the output we get. We click this button, and what I'm getting is something weird. So okay, first let me go to the my call directory or call app, and let's see. So I have around 3 recent calls. So I was expecting it to display all three, and I'm not sure why it's not displaying all three. I was expecting that, and I'm not sure from where this zero came up. So let's quickly recheck our code. So this part looks good because here nothing much has to be done. So one thing what I can quickly see is at line number 44, what we have to do is in string output we should have taken string output and not string duration. So I think that was my typo, my mistake. So I correct it and rerun my app. Let's see. I hope this time I get the output which I'm expecting. Perfect. So yeah, so this is what I was exactly expecting. So I'm getting all the three call logs data. So I go back to first my calls which I showed already. So the three calls made. One is of course with a saved number ABC. There is some number behind it, and then there are two numbers for which the numbers are not saved. There is one incoming call and two outgoing call. And let's see what happens. So if I go back here, so I can see this number is from that last call, and that's an incoming. So type is 1, duration 67, and name is null because there is no name associated with this number. Similarly for this one, but this one ABC was the call which was on the top of the list. It's of course the other way around, but you can use this redo this order. That's not a big deal. And this is of type 2, duration 0, duration 67. So that's all. That's what I just quickly wanted to show you, that it's very easy to get different parameters of a call like name, number, duration, type. Probably I can quickly show you the different options which you have. So I'll put a breakpoint here, and I'll just quickly show you the what all other things you can log. So once it comes here, I'll just go to the debug mode. I'm pressing Alt F8 from my keyboard to get this. And once you come here, probably I can minimize this and then use this get column names and then click evaluate. You'll see the list of the names which you can get. So they are date, name, type. These things we already accessed. Then voicemail is there or not, is there data usage, number, type. So these are the list of the things, duration which we already accessed. Okay, so the number, country, ISO. So these are the different options which you can access to this cursor log. Okay, so that's all I wanted to show you. Last turn, I'll just do it very quickly. I think it got stuck somewhere. Yeah, so perfect. Yeah, so I hope this is the information which will be useful to you to designing in your app where you want to access the call log data. If you have any questions or suggestions, then please put in the comment section. And if you like this video or if you like this concept, then please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching and have a nice day. Bye.